Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for July 4th through July 10th. This is for Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising, and I'm setting the intention for the next 7 days. However, you might stumble upon this video a few weeks or months or years from now. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective, therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does and leave what doesn't. So without further ado, let's see what we have coming up here for Gemini Sun. Nope, Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. What messages do we have, please, for Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising? Let's get right on to it and move you all just a little bit closer. And the first card that we have coming up here for the Aquarius collective is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles can traditionally be a young or youthful earth sign person. Earth signs are going to be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. It can also be someone who is Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. It can also be that you want to be focusing on those areas of your life or those houses if you have earth sign placements. Now, in my weekly forecasts, I like to focus on you and less about other people, and I like to focus on how these cards might apply to your journey and characteristics that you might be stepping into or experiences that you might be having. So for me, in my readings, the Page of Pentacles can be a new undertaking, something that we're kind of like getting serious about or focusing on. Page of Pentacles a lot of the times comes up for me in my readings when there might be a changing in the relationship that we have with money or finances, to where we're putting our time and our energy into things that are more worthwhile, and we're cutting away waste, unnecessary spending. We're being more efficient, and so we feel a sense of abundance from certain changes that we're making. You may be going through and finding unnecessary spending that's been occurring, or ways that you're going to be able to make the money that you have go a lot farther. I see that happen sometimes here with the Page of Pentacles. And then putting your time and your energy into things that are going to pay off for you, and things that are going to be long-term solutions versus short-term solutions. So figuring out figuring out, like, for example, right, we can't work 2 or 3 jobs our whole life. Getting a second job or a third job might be a temporary solution, but it's not something that we can do forever. So for me, the Page of Pentacles is we're finding permanent solutions. We're finding ways to make what we have work and go a lot farther, or investing our time, our energy, our efforts into new streams or avenues of income or business or investment. So just getting smarter with what we have is something I see a lot that happens with the Page of Pentacles. The next card that's coming up here for Aquarius is the Moon. And this could be Pisces or Cancer energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces or Cancer. If you have Pisces or Cancer placements, there may be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. Now, the Moon card comes up when it's time to start listening to our intuition and overcoming our fears. There may be a lot of fear that's coming in. You may be experiencing certain transitions ahead, and you're like, well, I don't know if I should do this or I should do that. The Moon card says that this is a time that we need to be led or guided, or that we're going to have to trust in our intuition and overcome our fears. Now, The moon card can also come up with the energy of things coming to the surface, things that we've pushed down, things that we've buried. They may be coming to the surface at this time so that we can release them. And this is also going to strengthen our intuition. People ask me all of the time, how can I strengthen my intuition? And the shortest answer that I can give you is by doing your healing, doing your releasing, doing your clearing, right? Intuition is something that we all have and we're all born with. Granted, some people may have a stronger intuition than others, but if we're clearing and healing, we're going to be able to tap into our intuition. We're going to be able to really kind of raise that antenna. And so some of you may be coming into a time of release, or overcoming fears that you have around embracing your intuition or your spiritual gifts, and beginning to be more confident and trusting in yourself and trusting in your intuition. Intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it's going to become, right? But we have to practice. We have to practice, we have to put it to use. So as you're coming into these changes and this, like where you're putting your time, where you're putting your energy, what steps you're taking moving forward, there may be a need here to um, follow the ideas that are coming to you or the guidance that's coming to you, and listening to those messages that your angels or guides are giving you. A lot of the times, answers to our prayers come through ideas that we have. But then sometimes we'll be very excited when we have that idea and we're like, oh, okay, awesome, great, this is what I'm going to do. And then negative ego sets in, and just a few short minutes later we're like, oh no, that's stupid, that's never going to work. And we push it away. And so we need to listen to those ideas or those intuitions, overcome our fears, and say, okay, all right, maybe there might be some challenges, but how might I overcome those challenges? How can I prepare for those challenges? How can I get around those challenges? But you may have a lot of guidance coming to you through ideas, through your gut feeling. So we're going to have to push past those fears and embrace the intuition, embrace the gut feeling, and embrace those ideas. The next card that's coming up here for Aquarius is the Empress. Well, now this could be Taurus or Libra energy. So again, if you have Taurus or Libra placements, there could be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those areas of your life. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus or Libra that's going to be very significant for you, or that you may have a significant connection with. Now, when I have major arcana cards coming back to back in a reading, it tells me that there's going to be big changes in a short period of time. And so this is breaking out of any past life agreements and contracts that no longer serve us, and making new agreements, making new contracts moving forward. The Empress is very powerful energy here. Sometimes she can come up in terms of making a name for yourself, at least for me in my readings, making a name for yourself, reaching a very high level in your career or in a field of expertise. She can also be an energy that comes up where there's maybe guidance coming in for you from a maternal figure who has passed on, or ancestors from your mother's side of the family may be coming in with guidance or helping you through these transitions that you're going to be coming upon, or messages coming to you from a maternal figure or from maternal ancestors. Messages coming to you in dreams. Sometimes it can be communication or guidance that we're receiving in this way. The Empress is very maternal energy. And so some people, um, see it as a card of fertility. That's one of the meanings. And so the Empress sometimes gets like typecast as pregnancy, fertility, motherhood, having babies. And that could be something that some of you are manifesting. And so some of you may be focusing on maternal energy, uh, strengthening relationships, maybe like with this page or with these kids, overcoming fears, listening to your intuition in terms of how you are doing your parenting. There can be those aspects coming together here with these cards. Um, but that maternal energy, that fertile energy can also be symbolic. So this can come into play in terms of like ideas we have or projects that we're undertaking or things that we're trying to create or put out there. The Empress can be that we're coming into a very prolific time in terms of work or art or creativity that we might be producing or putting out there. It's a very fertile, very creative energy. It could be physical in terms of making babies, or it could be some other baby that you might have in terms of a love or a passion or an artistic endeavor or project or something that you are uh, bringing life into it and putting it out into the world. The next card that's coming up here for Aquarius is the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups can be happiness, complete and total emotional fulfillment and contentment, a new home, very creative energy, again, work that is very satisfying for us. That's something that we really enjoy doing. Ace of Cups, because it's just happy beginning. I think I already said happy new home, but it's just complete and total emotional fulfillment and contentment. It's also a soulmate love card or like a true love card. This could be something that some of you are manifesting as well. But if you watch my videos, you may have heard me say in the past that the Ace of Cups has a special meaning for me in my readings. We all have cycles that we go through where we have the same thing happen again and again and again, right? No matter how many times we leave toxic friendships, we will find new friends and they'll be the same, competitive, gossipy, backstabbing energies. No matter how many times we break up with a bad relationship, we end up dating someone who has the same exact terrible tendencies as the previous relationship. No matter how many times we quit a job and find a new job, we're in the same underappreciated, mistreated environment, right? No matter what we do, the same thing happens again and again and again. So the Ace of Cups comes up for me in reading sometimes when you're turning over this karmic leaf. There's this really powerful shift that's happening. You're opening your eyes and you're realizing, oh, okay, I see something in common in this cycle that I keep repeating or that I keep experiencing. I see what the red flags are or what the warning signs are. And you know what? The next time something like this comes up on my path, I'm going to spot it from a mile away. I'm going in the other direction. I am not holding space for this in my life. Life is too short, and I refuse to be unhappy. I refuse to have this experience again, right? I'm not doing it. The universe says, awesome, wonderful, excellent. Aquarius is awake now. Aquarius no longer needs these painful experiences to poke them to wake up. Now that Aquarius is awake, Aquarius is ready to learn their lessons through love, support, success, laughter, creativity, passion. So it's like now you get to be in the fun class, right? So in school, there's some teachers all the kids are dreading. They're like, oh my gosh, please don't let me be in that teacher's class this year. And there's other teachers that the kids are like, oh my gosh, I really, really hope I get that teacher this year. It's the same grade, it's the same material, it's the same subjects. One teacher makes it grueling and one teacher makes it fun. And Aquarius, you guys have been through that grueling lesson learning process already. Like you've been doing it for quite some time, but now you're shifting, you're turning over this karmic leaf, And now you're ready to learn in ways that feel good instead of ways that feel painful, right? We hear karmic lesson and we're like, oh my gosh, like, or lessons in general. We hear lessons and we cringe and we say, I don't want any more lessons. But guess what? Some lessons, once we make this a shift, can be very fun, very enjoyable, very exciting. We're always learning. Learning is never going to end. Our lessons are never going to end. But what changes is when we make this shift and we come into this, choosing joy, choosing happiness, removing ourselves from the things that are causing us pain, then we get to learn our lessons in ways that feel good and ways that are fun. Those lessons are going to happen regardless. But if we make the shift and turn over this leaf, we can enjoy the process instead of being miserable. So this is a positive shift that a lot of you Aquarius are going to be manifesting at this time or stepping into. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of this video that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings for July are linked in the description of the video. If you haven't yet checked out the love readings and you're curious about love and romance, you may want to check those out. Also, if you want to check out your moon sign or rising sign, I do have a playlist linked in the description of the video that will take you to the weekly forecast, and then you can see your moon sign and rising sign. And if you don't know, every single day I post a daily message on the channel. A lot of people have found it helpful to just start the day off with a daily message. So if you think that might be a positive thing that you can, just start the day off with a message, be sure to check out the daily messages on the channel as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead and hope to see you all in the daily messages as well. Take care and be well, Aquarius.